Whoa. Am I live? That's a good question. Can you hear me? Is the question. I haven't done this in 1,000 years. That's pretty high on the scale of how excited you are. I don't know if you can hear, but it's raining and thundering. This lighting is terrible. Does that help? That's slightly better. Hi. You can hear me? Good. Hey! My friends are here. Hello. I haven't done this in a million years. I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing. Hello. Today, did you change your room layout or is the camera just flipped? Oh, I did change my room layout. I did. Like the first week of isolation, I got really bored and just rearranged my entire room. So that's how I'm doing. Anyway, today, we're gonna play some songs. I'm gonna play some songs, and you're gonna listen. Can you be a mod? Yes. I don't know how I do that though. Oh, that's how. There you go. Congratulations. I said I was gonna do that. Listen, I've never done this before. I've done live streams, but I've never done like this kind of live stream before. So this is weird for me. Anyway, we're gonna play songs. I'm gonna play some songs and you can listen and you can sing them if you would like. That would be fun for me, even though I can't hear you, but I will know in my heart. And then afterwards, I'm going to FaceTime Kayla. If you don't know who that is, we're in a band together called Afterlights. She's my best friend. I told her specifically to go full Zane Lowe on me, and we're gonna get really deep into the songs I've written over the years because I realized as I was putting this together how long it's been since I've written a lot of these. 4 years doesn't sound like a long time. It feels like it's been 7 lifetimes, but that's where we're at. So we're gonna play some songs, and if you hear talking, that's because it is raining here and my dog hates it, so she's hiding in my bathroom. And I feel really bad. All right, let's play some songs. Yes, I do have a Google Doc of my own songs and the chords that go with them because I had to relearn every single song I've ever written. I know, it's very sad. I feel really bad. She's just in the corner of my bathroom. She does this every time that there's wind or thunder like that. All right. They told you life is easy if you follow our command. But you were just a kid then, and you couldn't understand. But now you're grown wiser, and you see through their smiles. The tales they weave with heartstrings, blanket lies with pretty lies. And I could never understand how you could stand to go on, just standing in your own way. And I could never comprehend the lives you choose to end, so you could play pretend. They crafted tapestries of hope and coddled you with pretty lies. They don't care if the threats choke you, they'll live by pretty lies. I realized the foundation of myself had come so undone. I breathed without lungs. For so long I'll never know. If they say you've got a heart, will you believe them? If you find a hole in your chest, well, there's a reason. Your faith is too precious to lose. You know they need it. Tell me, oh, how you feeling? Cracks that run through my bones, barely held together. Every inch of me all but solid, froze toward the skin to leather. How my veins ran red like blood. Without a heart, I think enough's enough. If they say you've got a heart, will you believe them? If you find a hole in your chest, well, there's a reason. Your faith is too precious to lose. You know they need it. Tell me, oh, how you feeling? Go on and tell me I'm going crazy, 'cause I get along with reality. If they say you've got a heart, will you believe it? If you find a hole in your chest, well, there's a reason. Your faith is too precious to lose. You know they need it. If they say you've got a heart, will you believe it? If you find a hole in your chest, well, there's a reason. Your faith is too precious to lose. You know they need it. Tell me, how you feeling? How are you feeling today, guys? I'm sorry I'm like this. So, Haley Williams, I am undeserving of such a compliment. Thank you. Let's play an old one. There's a few old ones on here. Let's play one of many. I wonder why I can't sleep at night. And what kind of thoughts fill you with fright? I'll never face dissension like you do. And that's a difficult truth to come to. Until the world accepts your fate and leave you to rest a single day, or crawl across a cluttered floor because our minds are not okay. The waves threaten to toss you out. The ears are filled with water and doubt, but still you struggle to come through. no easy thing to do. The people shake their heads and sigh, and all ignore your deepest blood. But you stand up from the floor, although your mind is not okay. Your legs will shake and you will fall. Still you stand up and grasp the wall. And though you've managed quite the feat, the people seem to have fallen asleep. So there you stand in the dark, alone with your fragile heart, until you walk the cluttered floor and do it all another day. With every rumble of thunder, it gets sadder and sadder for my dog. Sorry. Eli's here. Hello. All right. This one's for Alex. Because I was gonna play it anyway because I love it so much, but you did say that it's one of your favorites and one that I had to play or else. So it's for you. You're on the up and up, is that supposed to be news? Everything's so good now, but I'm a little confused. Cause you've always been served your life on a platter. You've always been this naive to the real world. You've always round up repeating mistakes. Someday there won't be a you left to save. Hope you like the sound of your brand new echo. Hold on to the yes man, lock him up in a chamber. And shut out all the naysayers who tell you when you're wrong. Honey, I pity the man who'd rather be right than be loved. Don't get me wrong, I know wealth doesn't equal happiness, but people aren't always the problem, babe. That's your self-righteousness. You've always been served your life on a platter. You've always been this naive to the real world. You've always wound up repeating mistakes. Someday there won't be a you left to save. Hope you like the sound of your brand new echo. Hold on to the yes man, lock him up in a chamber. Shut out all the naysayers who tell you when you're wrong. Honey, I pity the man who'd rather be right than be loved. Just cause you curse now, just cause you've got ink, don't mean you've changed them. Don't practice what you preach. Just cause you got a voice, just cause you got out, don't mean you're free now from yourself anyhow. Hope you like the sound of your brand new echo. Hold on to the yes man, lock him up in a chamber. Shut out all the naysayers who tell you when you're wrong. Honey, I pity the man who'd rather be right than be loved. I should go on America's Got Talent. I would never. I could never. I don't know if I would want to. All right. I'm tired of my own sadness. My sadness wears me out. Drown out my thoughts with absence and turn up the static shouts. Nobody wants a hopeless case, and nobody needs the dead weight. Everybody knows it's much too heavy. I'm well aware nobody here needs me. The good times don't fill me up, the loud nights don't empty it out. The dark thoughts don't go to begin with, and I've learned to just shut my mouth. Nobody wants a hopeless case, and nobody needs the dead weight. Everybody knows it's much too heavy. I'm well aware nobody here needs me. You don't have to suck it up and stay. I'm well aware I'm pushing you away. You don't have to suck it up and stay. I'm well aware I'm pushing you away. Nobody wants a hopeless case. Nobody needs the dead weight. Everybody knows it's much too heavy. I'm well aware nobody here needs me. You don't want a hopeless case. Nobody needs the dead weight. Everybody knows it's much too heavy. I'm well aware nobody here needs me. I have to keep going between the live stream and the Google Doc. I don't know my own songs. It's fine. All right. Kayla, this is for you. Because I know you would have personally murdered me if I didn't play this one. Like, I didn't even have to ask. Although I did ask people. I was like, what do I have to play? But I already knew. I already knew if I didn't play this one, Kayla would come to my house and murder me. Oh, no? Oh, yes. I know I'm alone tonight. I know I'm not doing this right. I know it's killing you to see me like this, and it's killing me. I know that the sun will rise, but I'm not breathing and I've started to fade away. Started to fade. Started to fade away. Started to fade. That's okay. That's just fine with me. It's alright. Because the end I see is all mine. Man-made calamity that I find. Destined to be and to fade away. Started to fade. I started to fade away. Started to fade. I wonder why I choose it all if I'm simply going to fall. To fade away, to fade, started to fade away, started to fade, started to fade away, started to fade, started to fade away, started to fade. It's killing you to see me like this, but it's killing me. So this one wasn't on an album. This one was a YouTube exclusive, but I really liked it, so I wanted to play this also. Eve is here! Baby! I love you, and I miss you. We're going to talk about this later because I'm going to FaceTime Kayla and we're going to talk in depth about my music. But this is also unlocking a lot of memories for me. And it was very bizarre going through and relearning all of these songs because I absolutely, a lot of these just recorded them and never touched them again. So I'm right there with you. I love you. All right. So this is a YouTube exclusive song. That I wrote about an old friend that I haven't talked to in a very long time. I'm sure he's out there somewhere. No idea what he's doing. I'm not waiting on you. You'd come back around if you wanted to, but you don't. I still think about you. Put me back together like emotional glue. Now you don't. Maybe you forgot about me, like I wish I could forget you. If there's nothing left of my memory, I'll kill this last little hope I hold for you to come around just like I want you to. I'm a wreck, I know. Said I'd never find my way home, and I won't. I could say hello. Tell you I'm doing just fine on my own, but I won't. Maybe you forgot about wish I could forget you. If there's nothing left of my memory, I'll kill this last little hope I hold for you to come around just like I want to. Someday I'll break down all these walls. Oh, I hope. I've missed you singing to us. I've missed singing to you, honestly. I haven't had time to do something like this in such a long time, but I missed it. All right. We're really in emo town now, boys. Population us. All right. Isn't it pitiful how I beg for your affection? You ain't special, I'd do anything for attention. I know you're leaving, but I just need to feel something. Give me your smiles and I'll be alright. Give me your time, it's all I need tonight. I was only hoping I could be someone. All I ever wanted was some kind of love. Do you love me? Well, you know that I believe you if you just tell me. It doesn't even have to be true. You swore you meant it, but you know I don't believe in heaven. Give me your smiles and I'll be alright. Give me your time, it's all I need tonight. I was only hoping I could be someone. All I ever wanted was some kind of love. Now I wonder will I be alright? Do you know if we can both survive now? I wonder will I be alright? Do you know if we can both survive? Give me your smiles and I'll be alright. Give me your time, it's all I need tonight. I was only hoping I could be someone. All I ever wanted was some kind of love. Give me your smiles and I'll be alright. Give me your time, it's all I need tonight. I was only hoping I could be someone. All I ever wanted was some kind of love. So let's quickly veer from emo town to Salt Town. Salt City. I'm making a quick detour into Salt City. See if I remember. I remember. All right. Thank you for stealing my best friend. It's true I was angry with you, but in the end, I never felt so light as air. You pulled the gum out of my hair, so thank you for stealing my best friend. And thank you for being so bitter. My revenge is bliss and it couldn't be sweeter. You broke some laws to piss me off. Well, I'm sorry, none of it paid off, but thank you for being so bitter. Best song or best song? I have permanent residence in Salt City. I don't know about you. The subtweet is strong. Sub song? Song. No, doesn't work. I tried. You have a timeshare in Salt City. You know what? I would vote for you to be mayor of Salt City. I would vote for you. You have my vote. All right. We're going back in time again. Another detour. It's right back into emo town. Sorry, guys. Pick up your breath off the bedside table, stumble across the bedroom floor, clip on your wings. They're fragile but able to take you up into the sky and soar. Don't be afraid if your wings start to waver. I will be there to catch you when you fall. Honey, I know it's so easy to savor in the fallout rather than stand tall. Failure's a flash of a moment in time, but you, dear, you're a butterfly. I will collect all the broken pieces. I am prepared to lift you off the ground. You see your wings torn down and unable. I see your colors fluttering about. You're not the only one caught in the storm, struggling endlessly against the wind. You're not the only one clinging to music, taking solace in the sun. Believe me, my friend, failure's one flash of a moment in time, but you and me, we're butterflies. All right. So this one, I'm a little nervous because it's brand new. I just wrote it this week. It's never been played before. So we're going to see if this works at all. Did we ever leave Emo Town? You know, that's a very good question. Salt City is like right next door. I think Emo Town is just like a suburb of Salt City, actually. New song, new one, yes. All right. I've never played this. I literally just finished it today. So this is going to be an experiment. It's called What It Was. Old habits are easy to sink in. Comfort and familiar soft skin. Greet the dark like a friend. When it's not, you know it. But what's the use? Whenever we root out escape. Blue to you. I don't wanna give up, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna feel something more than this, more than just more than what it was. Hope's a hard muscle to flex, and it's been so long since I've stretched. I'll say I'm doing much better when I'm not, and you know it. But what's the use when every tool to cope with is useless? I don't wanna give up, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna feel something more than this, more than just more than what it was. Did I let you down? Did I let you down yet? Could you forgive? Could you ever forget? Did I let you down? Did I let you down yet? Could you forgive? Could you ever forget? I don't wanna give up, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna feel something more than this, more than this, what it was. I don't wanna give up, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't wanna let you down. I just wanna feel something more than this, more than just more than what it was. More than what it was. So that exists now. Reminds me of songs like Iris and Ballads that people slow dance to. Aww. How dare I be so casual? I'm queen of deflecting. What are you talking about? Thank you. I haven't been called that in so long. You're digging up memories. All right. Speaking of digging up memories. Oh, God. This one was a trip to revisit. This was one of the first songs I ever wrote. Fun fact, if you didn't know that. Yeah, and it was March of 2016, so it is a full 4 years old now. And that doesn't, in the long run, sound like a very long time, I don't think. But so much has happened in those 4 years, and I am so different than who I was 4 years ago, or 2 years ago when I did Witchy. That relearning these, because I did have to relearn them all, and just listening to them again and playing them again has been bizarre. Just to see where I was then and how different it is from where I am now. This one specifically, a lot of them were like this, but this one was like a trip because this was number one. This was baby number one. All right. This was Nick's request. Is Nick here? I'll be so sad if they're not. If I duct tape my heart back into my chest, do you think you'd keep beating? Does it matter all the words if I'm writing if the screams are here in my head have no meaning? No rhyme or reason, just a shot in the dark, just a bullet, but it pierced my heart, now I'm bleeding. Don't know who fired the shot, the source of who to blame. I asked my father what was up and what gave me my name. It's going down now, save me. It's going down now, save me. What do I have to say to anyone that hasn't already been said? Don't see how my soul and thoughts were worked for new songs will matter very much when I'm dead. I'm being polite, honestly I could run these thieves for blood, but I won't. Because I'm one of them. Don't you see who wrote this song at 1 a.m.? Me. It's going down now, save me. It's going down now, save me. I'm just spitting thoughts, never mind the verses. I'm spilling my curses, turning them into something worth it. Cause I've spent too long silent. I was wasting precious time I could have spent cleaning up my act and my crazy mind. My thoughts explode like gunfire behind my eyes, and I hear the shout ringing in my ears and up to the sky. It comes in bouts, sometimes it's only a trace, just a hint of fear, but it grabs a hold of the steering wheel and veers off into a ditch. And there's no air, and you can't see beyond the darkness in your mind. You can't breathe. Just say you're fine, but you know it's a lie. And if we're being honest, you've never been further from fine. My mind's shook up, I'm all shook up. I am not done creating things. Betray me as a creator all you like, but I'm just saying things. I'm flying too fast. Do you think you'll catch me now? No, I'm not flying. I haven't been for some time. I'm just spiraling, nose diving to the ground, and I'm done. It's going down now, save me. 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 All right. Why do I still have this? I still have this memorized like 3 years later. So do I. And I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. That was a trip. This is a trip. I agree. This is also a trip for me as a person, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a cover, because I have so many songs I haven't played in a bajillion years, and I wanted to include as many as possible. But as I was going back and relearning all my own songs and kind of revisiting where I was at the time when I was writing them, I realized how much this specific niche band has influenced the way I write music and lyrics. And Kayla and Alex especially can testify to this, because I have shoved this band onto them many a time. I love them. I've loved them since like middle school. I had an iPod Nano. I remembered this. I had an iPod Nano, and when I was younger, I didn't have an emo phase. I had a musical theater kid phase, and just listened to really sad musicals all the time. So that kind of made up for it. But the only band that I listened to when I was in middle and high school was Reliant K. They're like a Christian rock band, and I love them to death. I saw them live a few years ago. I met them. They were so sweet. Matt Thiessen shook my hand and said it was nice to meet me. So that was wild and really bizarre. But I've loved them my whole life, and just now going back, I was like, wow, this band not only raised me, but pretty much completely influenced the way that I write. It is so obvious looking back. Hindsight is 2020. So I'm gonna play a Reliant K song from the album that was on my little iPod Nano. I had a few, but this was always my favorite. It's from because they had great, I have to say, they have great album titles. That album came out in 2004, but like in middle school, I loved that. And I still do. It's a great album. So I'm going to shamelessly force some Reliant K onto you. Tell me if you can see the influence, especially on this one. I think you know what I'm getting at. I find this so upsetting that the memories they you select, you keep the bad, but the good you just forget. And even though I'm angry, I can still say I know my heart will break the day when you peel out and drive away. I can't believe this happened, and all this time I never thought that all we had would be all for naught. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. 'Cause you took this too far, too far. Make your decision and don't you dare think twice. Go with your instincts along with some bad advice. This didn't turn out the way I thought it would at all. You blame me, but somehow this is still your fault. I tried to move you, but you just wouldn't budge. I tried to hold your hand, but you'd rather hold your grudge. I think you know what I'm getting at. You said goodbye and I just don't want you regretting that. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. And wisdom always chooses these black eyes and these bruises over the heartache that they say never completely goes away. Wisdom always chooses these black eyes and these bruises over the heartache that they say never completely goes away. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. No, I don't hate you, don't wanna fight you. No, I'll always love you, but right now I just don't like you. 'Cause you took this too far. What happened to us? I heard that it's me we should blame. What happened to us? Why didn't you stop me from turning out this way? I know that just don't. That song came out in 2004, and it's still one of my favorite songs, probably of all time. They're so good, and honestly, more people need to listen to them. Amen. Amen. 2004. That's when came out. I love them. All right. So we've only got, I think, 2 left. I think we've got 2 left. And then I'm going to FaceTime Kayla, and she's going to interview me like Zane Lowe. Oh, God. It's fine. We're getting into what I like to call the required song territory. Some of my favorites. This song specifically, I feel like is strangely, a little scarily relevant in the world today. So I was gonna play it anyway because it's like the first song on Butterflies, and a lot of people love it a lot, and it means a lot to a lot of people, myself included. But like, I feel like we need this song now more than ever. Not in a kind of selfish, like I wrote the song and you need it kind of way, but like the message behind it, the reason I wrote it, is relevant. Dear darling, I hope you're doing alright. I know it's just another Sunday night, and I know our demons like to stalk around when the sun hides behind the ground. Dear darling, things are gonna be fine. I've got your back, and I know you've got mine. The sun will creep up in the morning, and we'll begin again to create our story. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground. It's only sundown. Dear darling, I'm not doing so good. I know I've done some things I shouldn't have. Forgive me, my demons said you say the same. I'm insignificant, just another faceless name. Dear darling, I'm feeling like a hypocrite. We promise that never will we ever quit. We're good, so good, cause we're both alive, smiling, and it gives me the strength to fight. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground, it's only sundown. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground, it's only sundown. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know that things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground. Yeah, I know we're living in a battleground, and I know that things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground, it's only sundown. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know that things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground, it's only sundown. I know we're living in a battleground, and I know that things are pretty scary now, but I know we're gonna make it somehow. Keep both feet on the ground, it's only sundown. Only sundown. You've been adding questions. Oh, shit. Last time we talked, you had 3 pages of questions. I'm terrified. All right. We got one more. You ready to party? This is party song. It's a love song I wrote for nobody because I'm painfully single, but I wanted to write a love song. You ready? Ready to the party? Let's get dancy. I can't really dance while I'm sitting here playing a ukulele, but like in my brain, I'm dancing to this song because this is just a fun song to dance to. I don't know. Penny twist my heart in two. Never thought we'd run out of time. We saw 1,000 stars just looking in each other's eyes. And after all this time, it's true. I'm just not done loving you. Penny, will you be my girl? You're the only one who rocks my world, baby. I can't help but smile when you look my way. I just lose my breath for a while. Penny, you hold my hand. I'm head over heels for you, babe. You look at me and smile. I never thought I could feel this way. But after all this time, it's true. I'm just not done loving you. Penny, will you be my girl? You're the only one who rocks my world, baby. I can't help but smile when you look my way. I just lose my breath for a while. Penny, you're the sun and I'm the moon. 'Cause you're so bright and I'm just confusing. Penny, you're the stars and I'm the sky. You light me up on all the darkest nights. Penny, will you be my girl? You're the only one who rocks my world, baby. I can't help but smile when you look my way. I just lose my breath for a while. Penny, will you be my girl? You're the only one who rocks my world, baby. I can't help but smile when you look my way. I just lose my breath for a while. All right. So this is where I'm calling. Let me call Kayla. That took a whole hour? Dang. I don't know how long this is going to take. I know that, Kayla, you told me you had 3 pages of questions last I checked. I'm terrified. Let's do it. It says FaceTime isn't available. Excuse me. Shit. There you are. Maybe. We're going to see if this works. Is this working? Is it working?
It is. Well, it's working for me.
Is it? Awesome.
Oh, I have to mute that.
All right.
This is fine.
All right, so they can hear you.
Rad.
Everyone say hi, Kayla. Do you want me to show you or do you not want me to show you?
I don't really
It would be
care.
extreme.
It's really weird because there's a lag,
I know.
so it's like
That's why I the new YouTube live streaming is different. I used to have to like go to the actual page where the live stream is happening. Now it's just kind of there's an actual like thing now. It's weird. It's been a long time since I've done this. Everyone say hi, Kayla. Kayla's gonna interview me. I specifically said, oh, can you hear Kayla, by the way? Let me know. But I specifically asked you to go full Zane Lowe on me because I love his interviews and I love the way that he conducts them. And I feel like if I'm not, and I probably never will be famous enough to be interviewed by him, but like he's fantastic.
Look, Afterlights is gonna go places.
It better. They can hear you. Okay, good.
That new song was your best song.
Thank you.
So you're on the right path.
Thank you. I was
Okay.
very nervous, but go. Let's go. I'm extremely nervous.
So you just played a lot of really old songs.
I did.
How do you feel?
Weird.
How was it?
It was really weird. I had a lot of fun with it. With the ones I did. I didn't do a lot of them. I didn't do all of them, but there are a lot of songs on Littered with Butterflies. I have a lot of feelings about that album. It's not very good. Like, I love it.
That's not true.
She was my first child and I love her, but like, it's old and it was the first thing I ever made. So I kind of feel conflicted about it. Like, I feel like stuff I've made since then has been better. But I do, like, there are a lot of songs in there that I really, really love, and getting to play them again was fun. I really liked it.
One of the standout things to Littered with Butterflies to me, when I first heard it, is that all the songs are fully realized songs. Like, there's no fumbling, half-step, trying to find your way in the dark, don't know what you're doing on any of those songs.
Uh-huh.
So when you say that it's a bad album, I'm like, it was they're your first songwriting.
That's what I mean.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Did you do any writing before them?
No,
people don't do that on their first songwriting attempt.
Because I feel like what gave me a leg up when writing that was that I had consumed music my entire life, like that. I was always around it, whether like I was a theater kid in school or I listened to Reliant K for a billion years, or I just my dad is super into like hard rock and metal, so I was always around that. Or my mom is super into like old pop and like oldies hits, so I was always around music. We were always listening to music. I always had something to listen to, and I kind of absorbed it, I think. Or especially when I was in choir. I was in choir at my junior and senior year of high school, and that's when I got super into like pentatonics, and I got really into how songs were written and like the different parts and how the pieces go together. I feel like I learned that a lot in choir, just being like a part of like one part of a whole. I feel like that taught me how that works a little bit.
Like how all the pieces fall together.
Yeah.
So with all your influences, do you intentionally emulate their sound, style, their sensibilities, or does it just come together as it is?
It just happens. I know when I wrote Littered with Butterflies, I had just become a huge fan of 21 Pilots, and it shows.
Yeah.
That one was more obvious when I was writing it. I was like, I could see it a lot more clearly, but like looking back now, I can see all the other different influences, like Reliant K. So it's not intentional; it just kind of happens. Or like around the time Witchy came out, I was more into pop punk than I had been before. Or when we did Sandsiders, I was like super into emo music for the almost the first time. And I think it really showed in what I was writing and the kind of music I wanted to make. So it's not intentional, but it definitely, there is a tangible influence, I feel.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned in the stream that you're a different person than the person who wrote Littered with Butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that person?
Damn. That poor thing. She was really depressed. And that's not to say I'm not now, because I am.
Sure.
I've had depressive episodes my whole life. It's something I've talked about a lot. But the way I dealt with it then was so different from the way I deal with it now. That was pre-therapy. That was I don't know. It was such a weird time. I was in college. I was in community college, and I hated it. Mostly because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no aspirations. I had no career goals. I had nothing. All of my friends from high school had moved out of state or had gone elsewhere, and I had no contact with them. I was very lonely. I was extremely lonely, and all I really had was this music I had found, and these songs that I realized I could write, and I put everything into it. And I think at some points I put a little too much. With a few of them that I will never play, but I don't know, it's just so strange looking back, because I also feel like because I was putting so much of my coping with that and everything I was going through into the music I was writing, I wrote overly positively about it. That's something I noticed going back, is that I was so optimistic about these things I was going through, when in reality it wasn't a positive thing in my life, and I was still struggling a lot with it. So it almost feels fake looking back at some of those songs. Like I didn't feel as optimistic about my situation and about the things I was going through when I wrote that. And I still don't a lot of the time. Like I've come a long way, but it's so strange to look back. I feel like I've grown bitter. I don't know.
So, I guess that kind of leads to one of my next questions, which was all of your writing and your music over the years, where you went from the sound and Littered with Butterflies and the message, and then, on into like Witchy, which is totally different thing.
Someone just said Salt City in the chat, and if that doesn't describe Witchy, I don't know what does.
Has it? I guess you've already answered that it hasn't always felt authentic, but I guess like when you write with that slant, where you write with that more positive slant, or you write with that more bitter slant, the Salt City accent, is it for you that you're writing that way, or are you writing for the audience?
I think when I wrote Littered with Butterflies, I needed something positive in my life. And I think when I wrote Witchy, I needed to get out a lot of anger. So I think in a way that was for me. It's strange looking back on some of them, because I don't feel that way anymore. Right? That's not what I need anymore. But at the time, I do think that's what I needed to express. That's what I needed to surround myself with. Or I needed to get a lot of emotion out, and I didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I wrote a lot of really angry songs in 2017 and 2018. They're extremely just soaked in bitterness. Or in 2016, when I was just really lonely and really sad and depressed, I needed something that was just overwhelmingly positive, even if it was about really heavy things that I still wasn't over. I think I needed something that kind of showed it in a more optimistic light. So it's strange, because I do feel half that it's all very fake, and it's not something that I resonated with them or now, but I do think that the way I did it was necessary at the time. I think I needed that.
So was it authentic to you at the time?
I don't know. I I don't know.
Like, were you cognizant at the time that
I wasn't aware that I was.
Front?
Yeah, I don't think I was aware, especially with Littered with Butterflies. When I wrote Witchy, I was extremely aware that I was angry. I was like very, very visibly aware of how angry I was, and that, I think, around that time was when I started to realize how much I was venting through writing, and I started to do it more actively. And since then, I have become a lot more aware of how I vent through writing, and I've started to purposefully do that. I don't think I was there when I did Littered with Butterflies. I think I was just mindlessly venting or just writing whatever came to mind. But since then, I think it's become more authentic over time. But yeah, back in 2016, I was not aware. I had no idea. I had just found music and I just started writing stuff, so I was just writing, just to write, just to fill the time.
So, Witchy.
Yeah.
Much more recent than
Yeah.
Littered with Butterflies. But it was still a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still feel connected to those songs? Because you've said that you don't feel as connected to Littered with Butterflies. Do you still feel connected to those songs? Do you feel like you're still in that same kind of place, or you left that one behind?
A little bit. There are some that I feel more than others. I don't know, because I mean, you've seen the songs I've been writing lately. I've been writing a lot more lately. I've had space to kind of stop, and I kind of feel like I've been forced to reflect, and it's a lot of why I wanted to do a live stream like this, because I wanted to do something productive with the amount of like introspection I've been doing. But with Witchy, sorry, my brain's doing the thing where it goes completely elsewhere. There are definitely a lot of songs on Witchy that I still feel, and I think the underlying hurt, because I there's always something under the anger, and what was under the anger on Witchy was just a lot of pain. Losing friends sucks a lot, especially when it's like people you really love and really care about and have known for a long time. And the friends I lost in 2017 weren't the first and won't be the last, but it was like, it felt like the people I had around me when I was writing Littered with Butterflies, and throughout 2017 were like my people, the only people that I had left. And when they were gone, I felt like I had no one. So there was a lot of pain with that, which manifested as anger. And if anyone here listened to Stansiders, it was so loud. Sometimes I just remember that Body Bank was a song we did, and I'm like, jeez. Like, I think that Witchy is angry, and then I remember that Body Bank exists. And I'm like,
every once in a while I remember Insomniac, and I'm like, what was that?
What was that? I don't know. We didn't know what that was.
Is it a song?
Was it? I don't know. But with Witchy, for sure, the hurt underneath the anger, I definitely still feel, because it's not a new hurt. It wasn't special to 2017. I've lost friends before. I've been lonely before. So it's still something that I feel like I resonate with. But some of the anger on Witchy isn't as prominent anymore, for sure. And I know it's something I've said recently to you, is that it's like I'm less angry. I'm more just tired.
Yeah.
At this point. So songs like Some Kind of Love, I totally still feel. Or songs like How You Feelin' and Pretty Lies, I totally feel that. Kind of just like exhausted by the circumstances. Less actively angry and more just kind of like, this sucks. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So, all the songs you revisited, what still feels true? From any of them, all of them?
Let me look at my own set list because I already forgot what I played. Damn. Let me think. I mean, songs like How You Feelin' and Some Kind of Love for sure. That Kind of Hurt. Echo Chamber. Because the hurt and the anger were so interconnected, I still feel a lot of the songs that I played. One that surprised me was something like Ode to Butterflies or Dear Darling, because those were really early. Like Dear Darling was like around the same time I wrote Going Down, which I wrote in March of 2016. Those were super early. That was before I like decided I wanted to make an album. They were just songs that I was writing. And I didn't think that I would connect to something. I didn't think that I would feel them as much as I did, but I definitely still I still felt that. I don't know. I felt it made me feel something, and there are some songs that weren't played today, mostly because I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't feel it anything when I listened to them, which is kind of sad, but also like it's been so long. I feel like it's just how the world works. But there are also some weird ones on here that weren't written for anything, like Penny, that is still super fun to play, and I love that song so much, but I don't have really a connection to it. So that one has always been kind of weird, but I love it so much, so I don't really care. I don't know if that was a good answer or not.
No, it was. So let's see. Guess. Do you have any other thoughts on how your evolving sense of self through time, and even like from now moving forward, how is that going to continue to impact your writing? Like, what do you think that you're writing now is going to feel old, and what do you think that you're writing now is going to stay consistent?
That's a good question. I don't know if I know. Hindsight's 2020. There were a lot of things that I didn't really realize about the songs that I have written until now, revisiting them. I don't know if I will know until the future happens. If some of these will still be relevant. I don't know where I'll be in 5 years or 2 or next week. But the things that I'm writing about now, it's a lot different from how I wrote Witchy, and a lot different from how I wrote Butterflies, because I'm a lot more aware of how I project onto my writing and how much I vent through it. So I'm like more actively choosing what it is that I want to write about and what it is that I want to express, what it is I want to work through with my writing. So I think in that way, there is a big possibility that going forward, what I'm writing now will continue to reflect how I'm feeling, will continue to be relevant to where I'm at. But I don't know. I don't know how long I'll be working through some of these things. I don't know how long that'll take or where I'll be in the future. It's hard to say. How are your 3 pages of questions going?
We've actually gone through a lot.
Nice.
They've all like related to each other. Or like I would do 2 at once.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
No, you're good. You're doing great. Alex said you sound like a professional interviewer.
Oh.
It's because you are, and you should be an interviewer. You'd be great.
Okay. I do have a few more, though.
Okay.
It's a bit of a pivot.
Mm-hmm.
But I know this about you. Is that...
Oh, boy.
You didn't start you started songwriting Littered Butterflies. But before that, and since then, you have written stories.
Yes.
And long-form writing.
Yeah.
And you're all about storytelling and musical theater. How has that influenced your songs?
A lot. I am obsessed with stories. That's how I started writing in 2008, 2009. When I found fan fiction, something on the internet, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to write stuff. And I started writing. I started doing NaNoWriMo in 2014. But I feel like my love of stories has influenced the way I write, or at least what I write about. Because also one of my favorite things about writing stories is character development and a good character arc. And I feel like that kind of works with how I write very personally, because I'm actively working through almost my own character arc in that way. I'm kind of exploring the same things that I explore with characters in a story in prose. So yeah, I think with a story, I would write about made-up characters that I project a lot of my own self onto. But with songs, it's a lot easier to just straight up write about myself. But in a very similar way that I write about myself when writing a story, it's still I don't know. I'm still exploring the same kind of arcs and the same kind of character development. It's just a lot more personal. It's a lot more real.
Do you think that sort of lens of character development lends itself to these sort of facades that you end up with in your writing, where you end up with the anger, in which you end up with the optimism in Littered with Butterflies?
Oh, for sure. I didn't realize that, but yeah, totally it does. Especially with just thinking about how much I've changed since writing those albums. Almost feels like a really bizarre character arc. I'm so different. But the person I was trying to be in 2016 writing Butterflies definitely didn't know who she really was. That was definitely, yeah, I'm just realizing that, no, you're totally right. That's absolutely what happened. We're learning new things about me today. I'm learning new things about me today.
So, we've talked about all this stuff in the past. What do you think is next? What's next?
That's a good question. I have no idea. Well, because what's interesting is that a lot of the stuff that I've put out wasn't on purpose or just kind of happened. I never set out to write an album in 2016. I just started writing songs, and eventually I had enough where I was like, I should do something with this. And people were like, yeah, we would love to hear it. And so I made a Bandcamp, and I put my art online, which was terrifying. But I liked it. It was fun. And I didn't do anything else for a while. We started a band on a whim, just kind of hey, we were at a Vespertine show. We were like, we should start a band for sure. And then we actually did.
Yeah, there were some really bad openers, and we decided we could do better than this.
And that is how Afterlights was born. We made an album, we made music, and then I got really bored and decided to make more music. And Witchy was so weird because it really truly was just it was so strange. It happened in a month.
It was 2 weeks start to finish, wasn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Then you held on to it for a while before you put it out.
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun, but I was just very much, I just wanted to do something. It just kind of happened. I never planned to do anything. But once I got started, I was like, okay, yes, this is a thing. This is a cohesive, this is an EP. This is something that I'm releasing that I'm writing right now. So a lot of what I do is very spur of the moment and very just kind of like, it just kind of happens. I don't decide to write an album or anything. I just kind of, I feel like I just write a lot of songs and I'm like, well, I have to do something with this, I guess. and then I put them online. But I have been writing more songs lately. I don't really have a way to record them anymore. I was entertaining the idea of an isolation EP, just so you know. But I don't know if it will happen. I know that Afterlights has plans. But
nudge, say no more.
No more to be said. But that's obviously going to take a while to get to. But otherwise, I want to write more songs. I want to get back into making music. I really missed it. Doing this made me realize how big a part of my life this all has been, and I really do miss it. I miss making music. I want to make more. I've kind of been itching to, I feel like. So I don't know. I mean, I have a new song, so I guess I should do something with that. But
you should.
I guess I should. But and I have a lot more that I've been sending you and no one else. But yeah, maybe. No idea though.
Yeah.
That's my creative process. It's just a shrug. I'm like, I don't know.
All at once coming together with the other works just sort of end up being like this snapshot of who you were and what you were doing.
Yeah.
In that exact moment. And now that, those older songs don't feel as relevant, maybe it's time. Maybe.
I really want to. I have been writing,
like
so I feel like it might happen whether I try to or not. But we'll see. Adam just said this is really just a therapy session, and he's right.
I did it.
You're just my therapist.
I did it.
You're just Zane Lowe.
Zane Lowe done.
That's exactly what Haley Williams said when he interviewed her. They're just doing therapy. You did it. Congratulations.
Sweet,
so proud of you.
Well, that was all I had written down.
That was a lot. He's right, and he should say it for sure.
How do you feel having had your first official interview?
Weird. I don't know. It happened for sure, and it was therapy. It was basically just therapy.
I'll send you my invoice.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't accept health insurance.
Oh, dang it. All right. You drive a hard bargain, but I'll get that to you. Just give me your Venmo. Give me your PayPal.me, and I'll the other kind of art therapy. It's just an interview. This is the art therapy no one wants you to know about. I'm out of tea. It's cold now. I said I might open it up for like a Q&A kind of questions, but I don't know if there's enough people that actually have questions for me, so this might just be the whole stream. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Because I told myself we'll go for 2 hours max. Here, do you want me to let you go back to watching the stream? Or
No, I'll just have it both open. I don't care.
Because then I was also like, Should I take requests? Should I play other songs? I'm not going to play, I don't think I'll play any other of my own songs. Or will I? That was an actual question. I don't know if I will.
Are you asking me?
Yes. I am now. What I'm actually doing is going to my Bandcamp to see what my other songs are.
I mean, I didn't even ask you about devoid of demos.
Oh my god. Is that even still up? Did I delete it?
I have no.
I did.
All I know is I have it on my computer.
Nice. Yeah, I deleted that.
Let's see.
Because that was just a bunch of like random songs that I never finished.
Had to be an OG fan. No.
You did. Oh my god, wait, do you remember Stars?
Yes. I'm so mad because it was like a good song.
I know,
I'm
right?
so mad about it.
I know, right?
It had no right to be.
This is gonna sound so weird if it wasn't you, but I swear, you were writing an MCR musical. Was that you? No, it was!
Didn't you do that?
I did! That was me! There are so many things that I've done over the years, so many like random little projects that I've started and never finished. And a Black Parade musical adaptation was something that I wanted to happen so bad. Why does that sound like the most you thing ever? Because it is. Because I'm predictable. Thoughts on level of concern? I love that shit so much. It was so good. Oh my god, Stars. Stars was unfortunate. Stars is a tragedy.
Stars had like really cool chords in it.
Yeah.
And I was like impressed until I found out that, it was just random.
But see, I can't really judge because that's how I wrote. I just kind of threw shit together. Release a level of concern song. We need the quarantine content. Oh, dang. What's a good... Have I written any? I don't know. I've sent you a bunch of lyrics.
I just looked for my phone. Like, look at my phone. I'll look at...
It's right here. You're on.
Can't.
Do I have any good quarantine songs? I don't know if I do. I'll have to write one. What's my level of concern? Pretty high. No. That was bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, Alex said ode. Ode to sleep. That's what you mean. I was like, wait, hang on. I played ode. Because I sent her the set list and ode was on there, but it just said ode. It's just like to sleep. I was like, oh wait, no. There are two odes in this world.
The superior ode.
Is it which one?
You have the best song with the word ode in the title about butterflies.
I'll take it. Oh my god. Eli, yes, I know you make art based on your friend's music. If you make art based on mine, I will... Oh god. You'll make me cry. This has happened. Okay, can we talk about something weird? Because this unearthed so many memories of people making art based on Littered with Butterflies that I don't know why that happened. And you did it too. You made the embroidery thing. And I cried a lot. Or like people like painted the album art and sent it to me. Or like people did covers of my songs. I was like, what the? I'm no one. What is going on? It made me really emo. I remembered all of that. I feel like you tell me I make you cry like twice a week. It's because you do. Eli. How dare you? I hear a dog.
That's my dog, sorry.
No, I love your dog. You're sketching sticker designs right now. I will sob. You cannot.
No, I need these stickers.
Oh my god. Just take my money already. God damn it. Why am I like this? I just remembered I drew with a bunch of butterflies after we started talking. You did! You did! I remember that! And I cried a lot. I want stickers. Eli, would you like to make merch? I had like a shirt on Teespring one time, and that was it. I'm glad I was here for most of it.
How do you feel about
We have to go eat. Okay, bye, Alex. I love you. Wait, what did you say?
So forget about merch. How do you feel about drawing album covers?
Because we may need. My people are talk to your people.
You can leave a message with our secretary.
Do you just cry at everything? That's what this sounds like, but honestly, mood. Yeah, a little bit. I'm just emo. I just learned today that I was on Yo Gabba Gabba. That was a time. I remember when I showed you that. Echo design an album cover challenge. Echo design an album cover for me challenge. All of my artist friends design album covers for me challenge. My people will talk to all of your people. We're gonna well, because we've got any future Afterlight stuff, and then if I decide I need to release the trillion songs I've written lately, I bet. All right. Please, we want them. I have a lot. I have so many folders on my Google Drive of songs. I have an Afterlights folder that is just full of some emo bullshit.
Because everything else isn't.
You know what? You're right, but should you say it?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. But I do have a Drive folder that's just isolation EP. Maybe.
Do it.
So I don't.
Do it.
How would I even? I don't have anything to really record it with.
Voice memos.
I don't have a but I don't have a way to edit it.
GarageBand app. Come on.
I don't have a way to edit it. The GarageBand app will die before it ever. I can never get anything done on that. I tried. It did not work out for me. Okay, so fuck quarantine. Amen. We finally have an idea for music we want to make for Afterlights, and we can't do it.
You could always send it to me and I could edit it for you.
If you want. I'm not going to sign you up for that, but if you want to.
I mean, I have nothing else to do.
I'm coming to you with my dad's professional sound equipment. Man, please. Witchy was made, okay, if we're going to talk about, oh God. Littered with Butterflies, first of all, was edited on a movie studio editing software that I have had since the early 2010s. And Witchy was made on GarageBand when I had a MacBook. I do not. It has since died. But that's the only reason that Witchy sounds a little bit better. I have a mic. It's not very good. It was a cheap one that I got as a gift from a friend. So I'm extremely grateful for that mic. Holy shit. but it's old also, so it's not high quality at all. But it Littered was on a movie editing software, and Witchy was entirely like GarageBand presets and like the GarageBand drum thing. So some truly high quality recording equipment that I've got over here at my studio. That isn't just my bedroom. It is. But I mean, if you wanna try and fix my voice memos, I will send them to you. All right. So apparently I'm making an EP.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently I have no excuse now. I have no excuse. Now I have to. And it's not like I don't have enough songs, because I do. I have a lot. I may have too many, but we're going to have to cut it down a little bit. Hell yeah. I'm excited. All right. That was a productive live stream, I think. Eve says, thank you, Kayla. Everyone say thank you, Kayla, because really, truly the like savior of not only Afterlights, but just my, not career, but like, I wouldn't say career, but
I mean, like, kinda.
I guess. It's something. Don't know what, but it's something. No more excuses. Record right now. All right, I'll get to that. No joke. As soon as this ends, I'll probably just like spam you with demos and be like, tell me. I've never had a producer before. Do you just want to be my producer?
Oh my god, I'm really your Taylor York.
You really are. Okay, this is
You're
something
going
that I've
solo.
said. This is something I've
My
said before
producing
a
debut.
trillion times. But you are genuinely the Taylor York to my Hayley Williams, like in every single way, not just with Afterlights, but just in general. You really are. So this is just beautiful. Just produce my solo record. Can the 7 people watching give opinions? I don't know if I'll record demos live. Should I do that someday? Should I just play new songs on here? I might. Once I have them. I don't know right now. But I have the one that I played today. That's the only one that's kind of like finished. Was that one good? Give me your thoughts on that one. Give me your thoughts on what it was. Please. This is the most entertainment I've had all quarantine. I also, a big reason why I wanted to do this is just because I've been so lonely. And this is what I did. Like, if we're going to talk about Littered with Butterflies, this is exactly why I started writing music and started putting it out there and started like trying to share my art. I was just extremely lonely, and I just wanted people. I wanted people to listen to my music. Like, I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be listened to. There's not a stomach in my brain, though. I don't think there is. Not that I know of. I did just. I'm so sorry. I'm such a dad. No, you're the dad. I'm such a mom. It's a problem. It was great. Thank you. But yeah, I'm also very lonely. And that's kind of why before Dear Darling I was like, this is scarily relevant to today. Like that, I think of all my old songs was the one I felt the most. I was like, yeah, this shit is scary right now and uncertain. And it has definitely brought me kind of in a way back to how lonely and sad I was in 2016 writing that album. But there's also a lot different, and I'm different, so it hasn't been as like terrible as it was then. So writing an album now would probably be extremely interesting. So I think for that, just that alone, I want to do it. Dear Darling has had me crying since you sent me the link like a week ago. That's interesting, because that, I feel like that's the one everyone loves, is Dear Darling. That's the one that everyone, like, comes back to, I feel, or everyone I've talked to. Like, I know you love Fade.
Yeah,
and I also love Fade.
And then there's me.
And then there's you, and you love Fade, which I also love Fade. That's probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written. And that's why it was a bonus track on Witchy, because I really loved it. And I wanted I wanted to do it better.
I forgot about that version of Witchy.
Remember? That's my favorite version. I specifically played it different this time because I did that different version. And it was a little, like, I changed the rhythm a little bit and kind of just expanded on it because I loved that song so much. What are your favorite, I don't want to ask what your favorite song of mine is, but I also am always very curious about it. I like knowing what it is that people connect to about it. The Rap and Going Down has always been my favorite. That was such a weird song to play in 2020. That was weird for me. That was a weird experience. Like, yeah, that was weird. That was very weird because that's one of the songs that I don't feel like I connect to very much at all, but the spoken part.
You played it totally different.
I did, yeah. I feel like I played all of them a little different. I think the only one that sounded a lot more like the original was Dear Darling and Alienation. I know I did Fade different. But yeah, Going Down was a weird one for me because that was the first one. That was very first. I don't know. And I was it's weird for me because a lot of what fueled Going Down was some classic religious guilt. Which is something when I started listening to 21 Pilots, especially the early stuff like Implicit Demand for Proof, that was what really drew me to that music, was that I felt the same way in a weird way. And so a lot of Going Down was like something that I have kind of moved past. I don't feel that anymore, and I'm not like particularly religious anymore. So it's kind of weird to play, but I also like there are a lot of lines in it just talking about like creating things and it feeling futile that I still feel sometimes. And I still kind of resonate with a lot of what I said in that. So like the overall meaning behind it, which I don't know if I've ever talked about like the meaning behind songs. I know when Butterflies came out, at first I did like a track by track commentary video, but like I don't know if I really knew what I was talking about then. I don't really know if I knew what I was writing about then. But yeah, the theme of Going Down I don't relate to, but some of the lyrics I still kind of feel. I think my favorites are Alienation, Fade, and Be Mine. I love Fairy Tales and Alienation. You remember I claimed Fairy Tales. You did. Fairy Tales is such I kind of wanted to do that one, but it's so long. It's such a long song. I think it's great. I love the lyrics to that song, but it's so long. Hi, Manic Panic. I love my brand. Y'all, I love my brand. All my friends from the Killjoy Discord are here. Kayla knows about the Killjoy Discord. I talk about them a lot.
Yes.
I brag about them a lot. I got called out. Yes, I did. It's long, but it's absolutely amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate. I did get called out, but that's okay. You know what? I love Manic Panic. Both the hair dye brand and the my alter ego. She's great. She's got a lot of problems, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, I think okay, I told myself I was giving myself 2 hours, so we'll wrap it up. I think we've got about like 10 minutes, 9 minutes. And then I'm gonna wrap it up. So if you have questions, now's a good time. But I do think I want to do something like this again. I want to do another live stream. Because, yeah, I'm also, like, quarantine's hard. It's hard. It's important. It's extremely important. Please, 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 please take this seriously. Not to, like, get on a soapbox about it, but, like, this is serious. Stay home as much as humanly possible. Take care of yourselves and take care of your community. By staying home, you are taking care of everyone around you. But yeah, it's isolating and it sucks. So, and I've been feeling that a lot. So I may do another. I will have different hair by then. I ordered orange hair dye, and I'm going to be doing that as soon as it gets here. It's supposed to get here tonight, actually. I'm a mess. Anyway. So, would you ever rewrite a song? I know some people did that with old songs. The closest I've ever gotten to that was when I redid Fade, but I didn't really super rewrite it. I just kind of rearranged it a little bit, I think. Or, like, I added a little, like, melody to the guitar part. But I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. There are some that I think on a future thing, and we'll talk about this when we're discussing my future EP and what that's going to be, because now you're my Taylor York, my producer.
Yes.
But we'll see, because there are a lot of songs on Litter with the Butterflies that I love, and I really didn't feel like I was able to do justice with what limited resources I had at the time. So that's why I redid Fade. I did a new version of Fade because that was one that I was like, I really love that song and I love how it sounds, and I wanted to do it a little better. Is the EP going to be called Isolation? Because that could be a good name. I don't know yet. I have no idea what it's going to be called. Artist friends of mine expect to be commissioned for album art because I'm not an artist. I was gonna say maybe not rewrite, but re-record someday. Yeah, there are a lot on Butterflies, especially, that I would love to revisit. I don't know. Dear Darling, I feel like I really love the original of that song. But I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of songs on that album got played because all I had was like a shitty mic and a cheap ukulele. And some movie editing software. that whole album just got played. I feel so bad for her. Yeah. But if you have recommendations for songs to revisit, let me know. Still love her, though. Oh, yeah. I love her. She captured a very specific, very weird, very vivid moment in time. And for that, I mean, it's just special. But it was also the first thing I ever made myself. And it was completely by myself. And I don't know, there's a lot about Litter with Butterflies that it's so strange to look back on. But it's also just like, there's also some good nostalgia in there. Like I've talked at length about the weird memories and sadness and loneliness that it has dug up, but there's also a lot of good because I really did like that album and I had a lot of fun making it. One of the songs that I didn't play and probably never will, I had my friend Jane, who was a film student at the time at NYU Tisch, who I knew from high school. She was visiting for Christmas, and we did a music video for Be Mine. And I think it's still on my channel. I don't know. But that, like, little things like that, they were a lot of fun. Or, like, the day that Butterflies was released, my friends Jane and Lizzie came over. We had butterfly cupcakes and partied. And it was, I don't know, it was really cute. There were a lot of good moments in there. So it brought up those two. But bye, Adam. Love you. It's good to see you. So many of the OGs are here. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I wasn't. Because it's been so long since I know Eve. It's been a million years since we've talked. And I miss you a lot. There's something so soft and authentic about the sound that because of the circumstances of writing and recording. Yeah, it's a very special work for that. I needed to write an album that was maybe a little false positive, that was optimistic about what was going on in my life, and I feel like the perfect soundtrack to that, which was just really DIY, this like bright kind of shitty ukulele. And it was purely for me. It was purely for fun, for the sake of writing songs. So that was good. And I love it a lot. I may talk shit because she's my oldest daughter. But nah. In this house we love littered with butterflies. I said it once and I'll keep to it. I came here from the start. I'll stick with you till the end. Don't make me cry. I've made it 2 hours not crying. Surprise of surprises. Before the stream, Kayla texted me like, who's gonna cry first? Are we betting money? And I said me. But I haven't yet. Don't make me start. Oh, man. Okay. But if we do this again, is Saturday a good day to do it? Because it is for me, but I don't know about... I mean, I know that there's, like, nothing going on right now for the vast majority of us. But still.
Are there other days of the week?
Yeah, there are. There are other days of the week, but we've been doing online school, so I do have some things going on there. Let me be a little soft. No, because I'll cry. Any day's a good time. All right, we'll see. We'll see, because I know you can tune in after 4:30. So it'll have to be evening. I just know that, like, Saturday, if I pick, like, any time, most anyone can come. I have online school during the week, but I also need a distraction, so same, dude. Yeah, we'll do this again. Should I put together different set lists? Should I do more covers? I don't know. We're going to find out. Maybe I'll have new... You know what? Maybe I'll have new songs. A little soft nostalgia about these songs as a treat. You're right. No, you're right. This was fun. I'm really glad I did it. I was extremely nervous. I was so it almost felt like stage fright a little bit because I've never done something like this before, and I haven't played music for people in years. So this is like scary. And also, you were interviewing me about stuff I haven't talked about maybe ever. So we did a lot of scary things today. Play all your new songs and have us vote on which ones to go on the EP. Ooh. I don't know if I can take the criticism.
Oh, I think we just vote for all of them. Come on.
Okay, true.
The EP would just be like a double album.
It would. This is so much fun, honestly. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say thank you for coming because I didn't really know what would happen when I went live today. I didn't know if anyone would show up. So thank you for watching. And thanks to Kayla, she's awesome. She should interview more. Just become Zane Lowe. The people have spoken.
I'm out for his job, man. Gonna take it.
All right. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for watching, for hanging out with me for 2 hours, for listening to some music and chatting. Because this was a lot of fun. We'll do it again. I may or may not have orange hair next time. We'll see. That's a coping mechanism to talk about on another day. Are we going to talk about how many times I changed my hair in all of 2016, 2017?
See, I actually had that question written down and I skipped it because I thought it was maybe too mean.
No, I It's something I've pointed out about myself many times. I once counted how many times I changed my hair. I think it was 2018. And it was like 10 or 11 times. I was like, Jesus. Was I okay? And the answer was no, but we aren't going to talk about it. All right, I am going to go now. I will see you in the future. Thank you. And good afternoon, morning, night. I mean, how else? I don't know how to end videos. You think I'm going to know how to end a live stream?